Hello everybody. We're just going to do today a short hip opening sequence. Now when we sit a lot, we can get tight in the hips, and also they say that emotions can get locked in the hips around the whole sacral area, the Svadhisthana chakra, the seat of the emotions. So hip opening is really good for just easing the body nice and gently and finding a way through those difficult emotions that we're all experiencing at this difficult time, the coronavirus lockdown. Okay, so the only thing you'll need for this practice is maybe you might need a yoga strap. So something that is long enough for you to be able to wrap around your leg when we come to do our piriformis stretch. You might not need that, but you might want to have that to hand just in case. So we're going to start the practice lying down, and Cinnamon has just come into the room, so we might get a little bit interrupted by the cat, but we're all quite used to that, aren't we? So if you'd like to lie yourselves down and let's start with the knees up in a position that we call semi-supine. Roll yourself nice and gently onto the ground and put your feet flat on the floor. And settle here. Hands on the belly, close the eyes. Tuck your tail, make sure your lower back is making good contact with the ground. And if you find here that the chin lifts a little bit, then please feel free to slide a cushion underneath your head. We're going to start with a little bit of breathing, just to settle everything, rather than go straight into the movement. So let's just start here, taking a few nice deep breaths into the belly. Breathing in, imagine you're blowing the belly up like a balloon. And then as you breathe out, you can sigh away the out breath, or you can do an ah sound as you allow the body to settle. Shoulders softening into the ground. Feel the spine making lovely contact with the surface of the earth beneath you. And just let the breath lengthen and deepen. And slow down your breath. So we're not taking an extra breath. We're not breathing more than we would normally, but we are allowing the breath just to become longer. We're taking more time with the breath, and just notice how that very quickly allows the nervous system to settle. Notice the soles of your feet and the texture of the mat or the blanket beneath you. Notice the weight of the hips, the pelvis on the floor. Notice how much of your shoulder blades are making contact with the ground. Maybe adjust your arms, your elbows if you need to. And make sure your neck is nice and long so that your head is nicely balanced on the ground. Take 3 more breaths here and breathe into the belly, and then bring your breath up into the upper abdomen, and then lift the chest, lift the breastbone, bring the breath up into the top of the body, and then hold for one moment at the top of that in-breath, and then let the breath slide out of the body. Imagine you're stretching yourselves from the inside out, breathing in deeply, belly to chest. Let the breath suspend for one moment at the top of the inhale. Imagine the oxygen flooding the bloodstream here, carbon dioxide being released as you breathe out. And then we're going to bring our awareness to the hip joints, and we're going to start to move now into the hips. So bring your whole awareness into the hips. As you pick up your knees, squeeze the knees towards the chest. Again, be really aware of the neck here. If you find the chin lifting, please just slide a block or a pillow underneath your head. And then the knees go wide towards the shoulders and then squeeze them towards the floor as they go away from each other. So you're creating two big circles with the knees in opposite directions. And as the knees go away from you, away from the center, towards each other, make sure here your lower back doesn't arch off the ground. Make sure you press your belly towards the floor so your spine always maintains its contact with the ground. Isolate the movement of that ball joint. Feel that rotation happening in the hip joint. Next time I bring the knees up, reverse the process. Squeeze the knees in. You might want to lift your head, hug your knees in. And then allow the head to rest back. Knees come away from the chin. Take the knees wide, up towards the chin again. And create these lovely opposite circles here. And if you think about it in day-to-day life, we don't really utilize this circular movement of the hip joint really. So it's important in our yoga practice that we keep this range of movement going through the hip joints. One more round, and the next time your knees come up to center again, you can wrap your arms around the knees, lift the head and squeeze. And then let's slide the legs up. Give hamstrings a little rub. Give the whole legs a little massage. Just work into the ankles a little bit. Little clicks and pops in the ankles. Let the blood flow just come down from the feet. All that deoxygenated blood that gets trapped here in the ankles and the feet, let it come down the legs, into the torso, into the heart, so it can be reoxygenated again. And then let's shake out. Just a gentle wobble of the legs, give them a shake out. And then keep a hold of your right knee, tuck it in towards the shoulder, bend the left knee, and slide the left foot along the mat. And then here, we're just going to focus on the right hip for a moment. So your body's in a nice straight line, your chin's tucked in. We're going to squeeze the knee towards the shoulder, relax the shoulders, relax the jaw and the neck. Arms are doing the work here. Squeeze and hold. Squeeze and hold. Think about your left leg. Push the heel away. Push the knee into the floor or into the mat. And pull the right knee and the left heel in opposite directions away from each other. And hold. And then we're going to take this right knee into a big circle, like we did with both knees, but you'll find you get a much bigger circle working one leg and hip joint at a time. So keeping this leg really kind of active, press the knee down, push the heel away, and then draw the right knee out to the side, away from the center line, and then down towards the other leg. And then you can draw this knee across the body, and then around again. Foot can stay relaxed. Now, if you like, you can let go of that knee and let it create these big circles all by itself. And really make sure that you're not straining the lower back to do that. So keep your core gently engaged. If you're more comfortable, you can just place your right hand on the kneecap and guide the knee around into slightly smaller circles using your hand. If your core is strong and your lower back is strong, you can let go of the leg and do the circles all by itself without hand guiding. Make sure you go the other way. So make sure you come up to the shoulder and then reverse the process. And then spiral that knee into the center. Spiral it in. Spiral it in. And then when the knee is above the hip joint, straighten the leg. Slide the hands around the thigh. Push the leg into the hands. Nice straight leg. Really feel like you're activating, waking up the back of that leg. Push the heel up, push the left heel away. And then slowly let go of that leg. Core nice and strong. And lower. Very slowly lower the leg to the floor. Now, if this pulls at all on your lower back, please just bend the knee. and drop the leg to the floor with the knee bent. If your lower back and your core is strong enough, then you can keep the legs straight, push through the heel and lower slowly. So strengthening for the core, strengthening for those hip muscles as we resist gravity there, as we lower slowly. And then when that right ankle touches the floor, the right heel touches down, let the right leg flop out to the side and just notice how different it feels to the left side. Feet together, slide your left knee up. Grab a hold of it, interlace the hands around the knee and slowly draw the knee in towards the chest. Push the right heel away now so that you have that image of the left knee pulling one way and the right heel pushing the opposite direction as you squeeze and hold here. Squeeze and hold. Shoulders relax, neck relax, your arms doing the work here. Opening the hip joint around the back of the hip joint and compressing and contracting the front of the hip joint, the hip flexor on the left side. And then one more breath. We're going to release the knee and draw it way out to the side. Squeezing here, keeping your right hip down. So keep your pelvis and your the right hip really still as we isolate this circular movement in the left hip joint. So I've let go of my left leg now and I'm letting it go by itself. So it can create a much wider circle. But again, if your lower back or your core isn't strong enough for that, then just place the hand on the kneecap and guide the left knee around. Take as wide a circle as you possibly can, keeping the pelvis steady and stable, lower back anchored to the floor. Make sure you go in both directions so the knee can come up to the shoulder now and we can reverse the process. And just imagine the cartilage in the hip joint getting a lovely hydration, fluids moving through the joint and the muscles around the joint getting toned as we release movement. Spiral in now to center. And when the knee comes above the hip joint, when you come to the center, straighten the leg. Slide the hands around the back of the thigh and push the knee into the hands and push the heel up towards the ceiling. Activating that leg. Refresh onto the right leg, keep that active as well. And then nice and slowly let the leg go. Bend the knee if you need to. Don't strain the lower back to do this movement. Really important that you look after your lower back. Lower, lower, really super, super slow so that you're strengthening the muscles all around here and the core. You don't want to strain the lower back so the core has to work really hard here. Only when the heel touches down, let that leg roll out to the side. A little shake if you like. And then settle here. Take a breath. Whew. And let's do a couple of other movements here. So pick your feet back up, put your feet down on the floor. And this time we're going to work into the piriformis muscle. So if you pick up your right leg and drop it over the left, as if you're sitting in a chair crossing your legs. And here, if you can pick up your left foot, you might need your strap here. So if you can reach your right knee, or the left thigh, or the left shin, hold here. If none of those are available to you, then find a strap. I've got my strap doubled over, and then I can hook that around the left thigh, and now I can get the pull. What I'm looking for is the right knee coming towards the chest, right in the center. So the right leg's on a diagonal line. That's what creates your piriformis stretch. So using a strap or your hands, hold here. Relax the shoulders, tuck your chin again, and then breathe in, let the knees come away from the chest. Breathe out as you squeeze. Breathe in, release a little bit. Breathe out, squeeze. One more, breathe in. And breathe out, squeeze. And hold. And hold. See if you can find that sharp stretch right deep in the right hip. That's your piriformis muscle. See if you can really breathe into that and create some space here. End of your next out breath. let the knees soften, feet soften towards the floor. And here you can slide your right, excuse me, right ankle onto the left knee. And you can bring your right hand into the knee and just push the knee away. So you're kind of externally rotating that hip joint. Breathe in, release, breathe out, push. And push the knee away from you. Rotating the hip joint, just taking that hip joint into a bit of a stretch. And you can stay here if you like, or there's another variation of the piriformis stretch where you slide your hands around the left thigh, straight. I like to straighten the left leg. You can have the left knee bent and hold and create the stretch here. Quite like it with the legs straight. And again here you can utilize the strap if you need to slide a strap around the left leg as you hold here. So we're working into that right hip still. So as the right ankle comes towards the chin, then we'll feel a stretch in the right hip. Shoulders soft, neck relaxed, jaw relaxed. Hold for another couple of breaths and just find that open in the hip joint. Bend the knee when you're ready on the left leg and slide the left leg to the floor. Left foot to the floor, release the right leg. Put both legs on along the ground. Give them a little shake. Close your eyes for a moment and see if you can feel any changes in that right hip joint. See if you can feel we've created a bit more space in that right hip joint there with that piriformis stretch. And then let's do the same on the left side. So both feet come up. Left leg over the right. Pick up the legs. Use your strap if you need to. Find a comfortable position here. Tuck your chin. Make your arms do the work, not your shoulders. And squeeze on the exhale. Soften on the inhale. 3 of these. Squeeze. Release. And then hold for a count of 3. And notice if that left side feels a little bit tighter than the right, or if this stretch is easier for you on this side. No judgments, just observing and noticing how the body feels in each movement. And we breathe into the stretch to create space, softness, and to open up the muscle fibers. And with that exhale, soften and release, and slide the left ankle onto the right thigh. Hand here on that left knee, breathe in, and as you breathe out, just push the knee away. You feel that kind of twisting kind of action coming into the hip joint, like an external rotation. And you can stay here with this movement if this is working for you, or you can go a little bit deeper. Keep the ankle where it is, pick up your right foot. Slide your hands around the right thigh. Either relax the right leg or straighten through the knee. And again, always being aware of the chin, the neck, the shoulders. Make your arms do the work as you pull the left knee towards the left shoulder and the chin. And hold here. Notice sensations in your body. Notice if you can breathe into any tightness, any pulling and tugging, and find a bit more space. Mindful. Staying present with everything that is going on in your body. And the next exhale, bend the right knee and the feet to the floor. Slide the feet along the mat and shake out the legs. And just notice how that feels. Give the hip joints a little rub with the flat of your hands. Just get a bit of heat into those hips. And a little tap is quite nice as well. Okay, and then pick up the feet again. Let's just do a little bit of twisting here, so middle spinal twist. So let's drop the right leg over the left like we did for that piriformis stretch. Hands on the ribs, elbows up to the side. Slowly with your core gently engage, controlling the movement. Slowly rock your knees over to the left. Keep your right shoulder on the ground. Breathe in, come up to center. And breathe out, drop the knees over to the right. Your head can go the opposite way. To center. Over to the left. Head goes to the right. Breathing in, come up. And breathing out, over. So you can stay moving in this twist, dropping a bit deeper each time. But if you like, you can come over and you can just pause on one side. So if I come to the left, my right foot slides along the floor, which is quite nice here. And then I can roll my head to the right. I can roll my arms out to shoulder height and I can settle in. Every time I'm breathing out, I'm noticing that my body is sliding, inching its way deeper and deeper into that twist without me making any effort. It's just going all by itself. So the stretch is happening organically without me pushing and shoving. That feels really nice. At the end of my next exhale, I'm going to just squeeze my core a little bit. My legs have gone quite far over, so I want to use my core muscles to pick those legs up. The legs are quite heavy. And then let's unwrap and do the other side. Hands on the ribs, left over the right. Make sure your body's still in a nice straight line. So just rocking from side to side. Keeping the shoulder girdle totally stationary as the knees rock from side to side. So the movement is happening at the level of the waist. Not lifting the shoulders at all. Head can go the opposite way. We're using the breath. Up on inhale. Pause in the center if you like. Slide the knees one way, head the other way as you breathe out and back up. Moving slowly. The slower we can use the breath, the slower we can move the body, the more mindful the movement. And there's no way we can cause injury to ourselves because we're being so present and we're moving so slowly. If anything feels tight, anything feels electrical, anything feels sharp, then always stop and come back to center. And just come back to a neutral position and rest. Moving slowly, we can tune into that so that we always stop before we get to any point of injury or pain. Again, here we can stop on one side. So if I slide over to my right now, my left foot sliding along the floor, I'm going to roll my arms out. Take my head to the left as the knees go to the right. Relax everything as I take a few nice deep breaths. I'm really feeling the stretch right down the outside edge of the left hip here. You'll see if that's the same feel. You might feel it in the lower back. You might feel it somewhere else. So tune into your own body, see if that's going on for you. We're all different, we're all unique in every way. So listen to your own body and see what feedback it's giving you. You can take a nice deep inhale and then we soften a bit deeper with that long exhale. And when you feel ready to come up, always squeezing the core muscles in the lower abdomen before you come up, and then pick up those knees. And uncross the legs. Make sure you're in the middle of your mat. Wiggle your feet a bit wider to the very edges of your mat. And your knees are in a nice, gentle sort of triangle shape. Now this movement is called windscreen wipers. If you drop your knees over to the left, my right knee is going to drop down towards my left foot, but it's not really going to touch it because I don't have that flexibility in my hip for it to touch, but that's okay. Breathe into center, knees stay wide, feet stay wide. And as I drop to my right, the left knee drops down towards the left foot. And the hip lifts here, so it's quite a good stretch here for the top of the of the front of the thigh and the quads, top of the thigh. So windscreen wipers up on the inhale to neutral, nose points towards the ceiling. Exhale, the knees drop to the left, head rolls to the right. Breathe in towards the center. Breathe out, drop knees to the right, head to the left. On inhale. Hold on and exhale. Let's stay here on the left for a couple of breaths. Let's just settle here. Let the feet find a comfortable position. Shoulders should be so relaxed here. 3 breaths here. Whenever you've done 3, come up on your next inhale, core engaged. Keep your lower back on the floor. And slide the knees to the left, right, head to the left. 3 breaths here. And let's bring the knees back up to center. And walk the feet back together. Pick up the knees. Let's wrap the arms around the knees. If you can pick your head up off the mat, that's nice to curl into a little ball and give a nice massage here. And then slide the head to the floor. Slide the feet to the ground. You can slide your feet out wide again, but this time keep the knees dropped together. Let's settle here for a couple of minutes of rest. Hands on the belly or palms down on the earth, grounding, palms up to open up the breathing, tuck the chin. Nice deep inhale. And settle. Slide an in-breath all the way down the spine, right down to the place where you can feel the bony part of the spine, the sacrum, where the spine meets the pelvis. See if you can breathe all the way down to the base. And root yourself into the earth here at the sacrum. Imagine a taproot dropping down to the ground. Every time you breathe out, just let your spine melt into the floor, shoulder blades softening, just your arm position if you need to. Tuck that chin, make sure the neck is long. And at that base of the spine, the root chakra, helps us to feel safe and grounded, connected to the earth. So imagine here a beautiful red light glowing at the base of the spine and at that sacrum. And the root going down to the earth is beautiful ruby red, pushing down, claiming your space in this earth, anchoring you into the rock beneath you. Breathing in and let that red glow at the base of your spine get brighter and brighter, richer and stronger. And as you breathe out, let that red colour soften the whole of your back into the ground. I'm safe. I'm connected to the earth. I am grounded. I am rooted. Rest here a little bit longer. Long, slow, deep breaths. I am safe. I am grounded. You're held and supported. That earth is always beneath you, holding you. Always. And the sky is always above you, watching over you. Always. Stay here for as long as you need. Or you can roll over onto your right side and curl into a little ball and stay there.